I am your host, Dollar Briscoe, right here. Welcome to the Back and Forth. Let's go. All right. We are live. We are in the building this week. It is March 8th, episode number 43. What's going on, fellas?
Yo, what's going on?
Chilling. Can't call it.
Look like you just got your hair cut.
I did.
Okay.
Clean.
Yeah. All right.
I did.
All right. Now, what was you saying, Mark? You said you had a situation. What's going on?
Oh, no. That wasn't no bad situation, man. You know, I always try to, like, when people ask me about the music or whatever, you know, I tell them about Unique Soul. So I'm coming out of the parking lot, man, from my job. And all I hear was, remember the day the world stood still. I mean, it was loud, too. So I'm sitting up here like, wait a minute, that's Unique Soul. Playing it loud, man, bumping it. So I kind of teared up, man, because I miss my guys, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, this week is just a regular week. We're not doing anything any different than what we normally would do. But, yeah, we just got to go through the basic stuff. You know, we're going to have our punditry and our back and forth. And I think next week we may have a guest, but I'll confirm, you know, before we actually do the show. But I think next week we'll have a guest on.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. So y'all about ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
So,
All right, I got some clips missing. Damn it, this is fucking crazy. All right, well, let's go and get into it. All right, this first clip is Dick Gregory, and they call this one Dick Gregory.
Raindrops have one job, is to work their way back home. To the river, to the stream, to the ocean. When we born, we have one thing to do. God don't give a damn about a PhD like your daddy got, like your mama got. You rich, you poor, you can read, you can't read. God has one law. You come here, the only thing you have to do is work your way back home. You better be as clean when you get back as you was when I put you here. You're not born a racist, or a bigot, or a thief, or a murderer. You pick that up on the way. It's just that simple. Now y'all play all the games you want. Get hung up in all the churches you want, be full of hatred, let somebody reduce you below your dignity and don't know you violating the universal God. Let a bunch of thugs control your food, a bunch of hoodlums control your education, everything. They got engineered animals that you put on your table every day, and America's the only country don't have to put on the label that they've been cloned and you think you're free. All right.
Whoa! All right. Anybody want to start off?
man. Go ahead.
Hey, I agree, man, with him 1,000%, man. I mean, it's so much more than what he's really saying that us as Americans don't know, man. You know, so yeah, I agree with him, man, 1,000%. Just like he said one time, I actually seen him doing an interview. He was talking about Malcolm X, how he was telling Malcolm, you know, he couldn't come to see him because they about to kill him. And he was like, well, why am I going to give them two niggas for the price of one? You know, it's so much stuff, man, that, you know, like I said, it's just so much stuff, man. Like what he was speaking about the food. Don't you know they putting the vaccine in the food?
I heard that. I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yes. Man, I'm going to have to send you the clip because I got it. I'm going to have to send both of y'all that clip, man. How they putting the vaccine in the food.
Yeah, so like, what would make them want to, like, is that just them trying to just make sure everyone gets the shot? I mean, you know, that just seems like some crazy bullshit. So why would they put that in, like, salad dressing and shit like that?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, man, and it's just my opinion.
But
oh, good. Oh, no, I was just gonna say, man. You know, I had the COVID before, and I actually stopped breathing. My wife was the one who kind of woke me up, and when I told my granny and my moms that I had the COVID, you know, granny just started crying, man. And after I had the COVID, you know, I was feeling a whole lot better. But the long story short is after my granny pleaded with me to get that COVID shot, I got 2 of them. Bro, I have not been like normal or 100% ever since then. Sometimes I can smell, sometimes I can't. I have headaches all the time. It's like, it's crazy. Yeah.
What was you gonna say,
and just to go ahead.
So, all I was gonna say is, think about it. Like he said, he ain't felt normal since. Several times they've already got you to the point where you are now taking booster after booster after booster. They can't roll out what they want to roll out if everybody did not fall for taking the shot. So how are we gonna make you take the shot to go along with the program? Well, you're not gonna take it with them. They will just put it in your food now. We need all y'all to be on this program. Half y'all ain't on the program because y'all won't take the shot. But all y'all gotta eat. All y'all gotta eat.
Yep.
So once all y'all are ingested, whatever this vaccine is, then we can roll out the next part of our plan. But you gotta ingest it somehow. Let us give you the shot, or we're gonna put it in McDonald's. One or the other.
Yeah.
But it's going in there.
And you know, they're actually being sued for that. They actually being sued for that for $1 trillion. Them, the corporate, the CDC, and Bill Gates.
Wow.
But
they're actually in India. They're actually they have a warrant for Bill Gates' arrest. I'm gonna have to send you that too.
Okay. Damn. For doing some old chicken neck scientist shit, huh?
Yep.
That's bullshit. Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. And I just seen something else the other day that said Verizon is going after all the people who had upgraded to their 5G service. So if you still got an old phone and you just trying to play it safe, they saying they're gonna raise the prices on those people just so they can try to get them to cross over to 5G. And it's like they mad because nobody wants to, they mad at their customers who haven't crossed over to 5G. So just because of that, they're gonna raise the prices up, even though they're going up like just an extra $2 a month. But that's some bullshit. And I keep telling people, man, you don't have no freedom here. If it was your freedom of choice to say, fuck it, I don't want to cross over to 5G, that should be your freedom to do so. But they're mad and they taking out on customers and they charging them more until they finally cross over. So that's a bunch of bullshit.
They gonna phase you out. That's the name of the game, is phasing people out. You don't want to go willingly, we're gonna phase you out. You're gonna have to go.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of crap. All right, so here's this next clip that asks, was Jay-Z really ever the hottest rapper?
What's a music opinion that'll have everybody looking at you crazy?
There is not a year where Jay-Z was indisputably the hottest or the best rapper in the game. Jay-Z came in the game in 1996. I think we can all agree that's Tupac's year. 1997, Biggie died. In 1998, which was kind of his breakout year, DMX had 2 number 1 albums in that year. 1999, DMX again, who outsold Jay-Z by a big margin. Year 2000, Nelly and Eminem both went down. Now 2001 would have been the best argument, but then Ludacris came in the game with hits like Area Codes, Move, Bitch, Roll Out. 2002, here go Eminem again, dropping the Eminem Show, another diamond album. As well as Nelly dropping another album that sold like 7 million. Jay-Z who? 2003 was obviously 50 Cent's year. He retired, came back in 2006. At that point, T.I. was on top of the game. 2007 undoubtedly goes to Kanye, graduation year, can't be serious. And 2008 to like 2011 clearly goes to Lil Wayne.
That's Wayne.
So at what point was he the hottest rapper in the game?
Wow.
All right. So it seemed like that brother did the knowledge, did the research.
Yeah.
And that's his result. So how is Jay-Z still considered the hottest in the game if this brother covered the years where everyone else was hot?
Yeah. Wow. Well, just my personal opinion. I think the reason why a lot of people, I think Nas helped Jay-Z when they was beefing.
Okay.
Because when he came out with Hard Knock Life, which was a part of that movie, what's her name? The little homeless girl. I mean, not the homeless girl, but
the Annie movie.
Annie. Yeah. I think that single helped him out. Kurt, you silly. I think that single helped him out, and I also think that Michael Jackson sample that he used helped him out as well. Because if it wasn't for those two and for him and Nas beefing, I wouldn't have heard of Jay-Z. I didn't know about Jay-Z.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Well,
so you saying that up until now, hold on, Kirk. You saying up until Nas and Jay-Z got into it, you knew you pretty much was off. He was off your radar.
No. What I'm saying was, if he didn't come out with Hard Knock Life and the sample that he did with the Jackson 5 and with Nas, like, and with him and Nas beefing, I never would have heard of. I really never would have thought of Jay-Z as a top 5 rapper.
I feel you. All right, go ahead, Kurt.
I was just gonna say, I think Duke got his years a little off.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
His years are a little off because area codes is old. You see what I'm saying? Like, area codes was more at the beginning of Ludacris's career than the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. What album did area codes come out on? You know, that's either no, hell no. I think that's on Word of Mouth.
Okay.
Like, I think that's on Word of Mouth. Because
you might be right.
Because first, you know, you had like Ludacris's first album. He's thinking this is Ludacris break. No, it's not. That's not Ludacris breakout shit. Because his stuff is way older than that. Like his Go to Sleep off the first track, off Back for the First Time, like Go to Sleep. Use a hole, use a That's early Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicken and Beer is like Splash in the Waterfall. You know what I'm saying? That's more. I'm giving you videos is what I'm trying to give you to show you the timeline. You see what I'm saying? So that's way before, you know, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. I mean, if you know your timeline, you know what I'm saying? That's a little weird. That you looking at maybe his second album to third album. So Ludacris did not just run it that whole year. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Ludacris didn't run it no whole year. That year, you tell me. Okay, for that year, I would like to ask a question. People act like they wasn't on the Black album, like the Jay-Z Black album when he was talking about. Okay, so around that time, really, who was really like outshining him on it at that time? Like, really?
What year was that?
What was that? That was more of a.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's like 03, 04.
Okay.
That's like 03, 04. You know what I'm saying? So who was really doing it like that? Like, you can't say nobody was just really doing it well. I mean, he said it for a reason. And truth be told, ain't nobody moving units like M, Pimp Juice, and us. So you can't say that, man. You can't say that. Right, you can't say that, man, especially like Blueprint. Even when he was beefing with Nas. Right now, Blueprint solidified him all over BET, MTV, and everywhere else.
Right.
I mean, at that point, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna sit up here and worship? I'm not saying I'm not hating on X. I like DMX, but by the time the third album came out, you know, you only had about. I ain't gonna say you only had, but you only had two main songs that was pushing. You can say because Jay-Z was the president. I don't know what you want to say this week, but my whole point is, you can't slight Jay-Z like that. Like, you can't say he didn't never have a hot year. And that's crazy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga not only wrote for people, you know what I'm saying? You know, he done gave niggas whole blueprints. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Really done gave niggas whole blueprints. And really, a lot of people, you can't say that he ain't never had a hot year. When I mean, nigga, I was just
Hey, but
saying.
you know what? That's a good point that you just said though, Curtis. He gave people the blueprint. I think what made Jay-Z hot, the person that he is now, was the business moves that he made. Because now, don't get me wrong, I think he's a great lyricist, man. I really do. But
Mhm.
if you go back and like I said, you more of a hip hop historian than I am. I'm the
Right.
R&B cat, and correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he took a page out of Nas' book to become sort of the person that he is now. Because if you think about it, when him and Nas was beefing, because at first he was rapping fast, and then all of a sudden he's rapping slow now. Now when Nas exposed him of everything that was going on, man, it came out to be true about the things that Jay-Z was doing. You know, and Nas wasn't out on everybody else singles like Jay-Z was. Jay-Z was on UGK's album. That Big Pimpin', Spendin' G. You know, like I said, I didn't know nothing about Jay-Z until the with those songs I was telling you about. I think it was the Blueprint album.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, he's got Nas, Biggie. He's got them to thank, man. It's just my opinion.
No, that's fine.
Right. No doubt.
Right.
No doubt. But I do feel what Curtis saying. I mean, dude may be slightly off with those years. I mean, they're pretty. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z had his run. I mean, it ain't like he's never been out of the spotlight, and it's like he's never been talked about.
Right.
It just so happened that in the midst of everyone else having their thing, Jay-Z was still somewhat doing something. You know what I'm saying? And again, like to Curtis' point, the Black Album was a really big deal because remember he had so-called retired, and then that was his return. But was the Black Album his last album?
Right. Kingdom Come.
Okay.
Kingdom Come was the return.
Kingdom Come was right with the return. Okay, yeah.
So the Black Album was the last one.
The Black Album was supposed to be his retirement album. That's a do you want an encore? Do you want more? Cook it wrong. Yeah. You know, what more can I say? All that. Gun off your shoulders. Doom. All that. All that, bro.
Yeah, that album was banging though.
Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. Stop.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. Everybody know that. Everybody knows that. Don't even do it to yourself. So that's the point. People act like that. Trust me, to be in somebody's mouth or be an icon, you have to have one hot moment. If you keep it hot, you keep it hot. That's just like Eminem would lose yourself in 8 Mile. He had that one hot moment when he was on top for a second, on top, and undeniable. Everybody done had that. Tupac done had it, Biggie done had it, all these niggas done had it. But you see what I'm saying, though, man. So, you know, so you can't say he had a hot year. DMX had it. Like he said, dropped 2 #1 albums in 9 months apart. We was in Atlanta. Yeah. We was in Atlanta that when he said that, when that little boy said that, we was in Atlanta those years. You know that, right? Because Blood of My Blood came out, we was at Nitty House. And that was like, yeah. So to let you know. So that came out like 98, 99. So this saying. But anyway,
we was in Atlanta around that time.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So
dang. That's crazy, man.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this next clip, speaking of Jay-Z, here's what 50 Cent said about Jay-Z.
Saying crazy stuff, big, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so you image yourself after a gay painter. Your big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
this. So we're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
All right. So is that what Jay-Z trying to do? Is Jay-Z trying to go down that line? He's trying to like get this Basquiat look. What do y'all think?
I don't think so, man. I really don't, man. I just think he just, and I mean, I could be wrong. I just think he just wanted to grow some dreads, man. I mean, that's the style. You know, everybody's got it. You see a lot of people in Florida with it, especially the Haitians. So, I mean, I don't think so, man.
I'm gonna say this,
Okay, what do you think, Kurt?
I've never seen this. Okay, I've never seen a picture of Basquiat or whatever his name is. You know, I hear about it in rap songs, but I never actually looked at this shit. This shit is funny to me. I can see the similarity, but like on some real shit, like I can see the similarity. Like if Jay-Z is Mufasa, he gotta be Simba. You know what I mean? Like he looks young, you know, that's big lion, little lion. Like, but if that's the case, then that's a little weird. So he's a gay painter. Okay, so now he got great work, I guess, if he's a gay painter. But my thing is, like the, you know, talk about what Mr. was talking about. Everybody wants to show that side of them. I notice more people now are just growing dreads just because, oh yeah, we black, so you know, we're just gonna grow our hair like we're supposed to. We would never meant to cut our hair and all this other stuff. So I can see everybody who got money doing that. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to worry about his appearance no more. He has money. You know, who cares? You can look like ZZ. You can look like ZZ Top. Have a ZZ Top beard if you were a trillionaire, and nobody would care because you're a trillionaire.
Yeah.
You know,
man. My question is this, though. My question is this though: how does 50 Cent know that this guy is a gay painter? Like, I ain't know nothing about no blah blah blah.
But that's the thing. They run in the same circle.
It's a New York. It's a New York thing because Basquiat was running around during the time Keith Haring was doing this thing, and I don't know if you guys remember Keith Haring, but Keith Haring was a big time graffiti writer / painter in New York. And he passed away of AIDS, but Basquiat was running around with him at that time. So it was rumored that Basquiat was gay, but see, like this picture right here is a painting that Basquiat did. And Jay-Z bought this for $3.4 million. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, but see, 50 Cent, it's a New York thing, so everybody knew what Basquiat was on. So 50 Cent probably knows some insides and outs about that situation, but yeah, I mean, it was rumored that he was gay, and then he was running around with Keith Haring. And again, if anybody know who Keith Haring is, his paintings, his artwork is very familiar. So whenever y'all get a minute, look, Google Keith Haring, you'll see his work. It was real big in the 90s. Y'all, as soon as y'all see it, you'll be like, oh, I remember him. But yeah, I mean, 50, he got he got his ear to the street on a lot of shit. So I mean, but I don't think that was pretty much. But a lot of people knew that about him back in the day. So,
but that's true though, DB. You know, I mean, but just rich people run in the same circles. Once you get so high, you can only run in the same circle. So, you know, that's what he's saying. Right?
Yeah.
So does this guy Keith Haring look like Elton John? Because I just pulled up a picture.
He looks like Elton John mixed with Logic. Remember Logic?
Logic John.
Elton
Logic.
Yeah, Logic John. Logic John.
Logic John. Shit.
Oh man.
I feel you, bro. Logic John is great.
Hey, but
hey, get more. There you go.
Damn. Hell yeah. It's Logic John.
Logic John.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. All right, check this out. I know Kurt don't like this one, so this is Bad Bitches versus Grown.
But a bad bitch brings inspiration.
What is a bad bitch doing for me?
That's nothing. It's a million bad bitches walking this earth. That's the cheapest and most easiest thing to get for a nigga got some money is a bitch. Consider yourself a bad bitch?
Yeah, I do, actually.
So you above basic. Well, you don't homework. You don't have no attributes. What
I do have attributes. I inspire my men.
How? You don't got no job. What's your education?
You have to realize that when men make it to a certain level,
right,
they're not checking for a woman's education.
They're not?
When you're making millions of dollars, you don't care about a woman's education.
Yes, you do.
Talk to plenty of rich men.
I do. I can tell you ain't got no brain.
Honey, I worked in corporate finance.
You
what are
did?
you talking?
So
yes,
why are you not
baby.
employed now?
Because I don't want to be.
So you want to be a slave to a man with some money?
To be an inspiration with some money.
What
You wasn't listening.
Okay, I got you. I won't listen.
Wow.
All right, go ahead and set it up, Kurt.
Oh man, he crazy, bro. He crazy. So this is what I was about to say, man. On some real shit, it's like she has a point, but he also has a point. See, it's a double-edged sword because at the end of the day, the nigga don't care. The nigga got money, so he don't care about if she's a rocket scientist or whatever. Now she got to be competent, true, but he don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what you looking for. Nigga ain't screwing her brain. Okay. Some y'all go, yeah, I am. No. But at the same time, you don't want to be a slave to a nigga with money either. That was the double-edged sword part he was trying to tell about. You know, if you let a person always do something for you and enable you, that means you're willingly giving up your power. You know that. You do know that, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, because once you become accustomed to it, that's just like, what do you think alimony is? That person gave up their power, and then now they want to be compensated because you chose to be like a housewife or a house husband. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to be like, well, this is my lifestyle of how I was living. That's because that's what you gave up. You wanted to be that person who sits around and does nothing, so you get nothing. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So now you're forced to do what? You're a slave to somebody else's money. If not that, you know what I'm saying? So just notice, a woman would be cool with being a slave to somebody else's money as long as she's taken care of. That's the trade-off. But at the same time, you have to put up with the allowance. Where you going? What you doing? Well, you better be in the house, blah, 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 blah. You giving people power. So it's a double-edged sword. I see what both of them were saying, but I would rather be independent. So
Okay. All right, what you think, Mark?
Well, first I'm just looking at the young lady, man. She look like she could be in her early to mid 20s. And the guy is right, man. I'm with him 100%. You know, with me being a little bit older, don't no man want that. Don't no man want somebody who's been stretched out like a football field. You know, yeah, all that stuff is cool. You know, all that stuff is cool in the beginning, having a hot girl summer and all that. But at the end of the day, man, let them keep living. They always want a man. They always want the Bible type of man, like a Boaz. But then they want to go out and still have this little hot girl summer and do what they want to do. So I agree with what Gitmo said, and I agree with what that man said. You know, that generation, man, it's something else, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'm with that. She said that she inspires her man, and I don't know what that could mean. I don't know what that can mean. So again, I don't know what her meaning of that is, but it could in her mind it's something. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This next clip is that time Busy Bone started a fight with 3 6 Mafia.
Hey, before we even get started, you ugly motherfuckers ain't finna be mocking me while I'm on motherfucking stage. Like straight the fuck up. Nigga, suck my dick. And Gangsta Boo. Suck my dick. What the fuck? You're a hater. Busy Bone, you're a hater. You must just take your pills. You weirdo ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you, bitch ass nigga. Busy Bone a hater. CNC ass nigga, what the fuck wrong with you?
Why y'all do this shit, man?
Yo, shouts out and rest in peace to Gangsta Boo, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh,
hey,
boy.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Out of all the verses I've seen, to me, that's my favorite one. I mean, not because of the fight though, but because it seemed like every song that 3 6 threw on was fucking bangers, man. They did not lose, dude. Every track that 3 6 came on with, it was just crunk. Like, I mean, that was the best verses to me, on top of the fighting. But in the end, they all worked it out and they continued on with the show. But that shit that Busy Bone did was kind of punkish, man. So tell me what y'all think.
It was. Man, you want to take that first, Gizmo?
No, I'm just saying it was, but that's classic beef, you know what I'm saying, with them two. They've been having diss songs, niggas biting my style, this, biting my style, that. So they all close together anyway, like in the region wise. So yeah. I'm just saying that I know Kentucky separates them, but the point I'm trying to make is that's almost like a Midwest type thing, going into the Midwest. So I just say, hey, they've been doing it for a long time. I wish I would have seen it, you know, when it first happened, because I wanted to see that like when it first happened, like been live, not on there. Yeah, I bet that would have been great.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, you most definitely missed a good show, man. I watched it live, man, from the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
and just like Dollar said, man, I kind of knew who was gonna win, you know, and the whole purpose of Versus is to play your bangers, your dancing music, man. Bone Thugs, man, they had this ballerina type music, you know, and I love Bone Thugs. But they coming out here, and 3 6 Mafia, they come out there hype. Yeah, man. But with and I think Busy Bone, man, he felt some type of way because Gangsta Boo and GJ Paul was over there slow dancing to his music. They wasn't. I mean, they were just having a good time, man. Your boy, he was just feeling salty, man.
Hey, but you know what? There was a part in the verses when Bone Thug was doing some song, and I ain't gonna even lie, man. They look like an old R&B group up there. They look like the Dales of fucking.
They did.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were doing, they were harmonizing, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I love it. I love it. But at the same time, they did like an old school R&B group trying to go against a young crew. But me,
just like the guys on the street corner with the 40 ounces in their hands.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. They remind me of that. Yep. All right, now check this out. This next clip is talking about. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna play it and then we'll come back. But y'all just
for those of y'all who don't know what the is going on in the state of Mississippi, they are trying to pass a law to reinstate the Jim Crow laws. Let me say this one more time for the people who didn't hear me. They are trying to reinstate the Jim Crow laws. And for all you who are young and y'all don't know what the Jim Crow laws are, look up the story of Emmett Till. Enough fucking said. That brings me to my next statement, and it's sad that I even gotta say this shit. We cannot depend on government for help. Because look, government is allowing to fucking happen, bro. We cannot depend on cops for help. We can't even depend on the black cops for help. Rest in peace to old boy. I forgot his name. So.
All right, so Jackson, Mississippi is trying to bring back Jim Crow laws. Now, I was seeing in the news the other day, but the way the news worded it was the Republicans are planning a takeover of Jackson, Mississippi. That was literally the quote. I mean, that's what they literally said. But I have been hearing from black people, even my girl said that they trying to bring back Jim Crow laws in Jackson, Mississippi. So who wants to start? Who wants to give their thoughts on this first?
You can go ahead, man.
Okay. That don't surprise me at all, man, because Jackson, Mississippi, man, is so poor and ran down. They still have some laws, man, that the other states have been done passed. That's in the South. You know, they still probably got hanging laws in Mississippi. They water is dirty. They're not doing anything about that. Man, all of what's wrong, Kirby?
The way you said that water dirty, like
the water is dirty and nasty. They can't drink out of their faucets, man. They can't even take baths because they have some type of dirt and stuff in their sewage, like how they had in Detroit. They got the same thing down in Mississippi, and it's the poorest state in the United States right now as we speak.
Yeah.
But it makes me mad, man. It pisses me off.
So what?
I was saying, what's your opinion on? What's your view on that?
Oh, I mean, I'm just really shocked and appalled at the end of the day. I mean, anytime they would lie, anybody who knows the history of the United States, which is everybody who's in office, basically. You know, you're in politics, so you should know your history of your job. Do y'all know how damaging that would be? These young kids if you care about your police officers and stuff, I wouldn't do that. Because the younger generation, a lot of them lack a moral compass. So back in the days, it worked. Jim Crow laws and all that stuff worked because it was time. You know what I mean? Like, it's a time. Like nowadays, we're so advanced with technology. You bring back Jim Crow law, all they do is ask for trouble. Like this with society. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, imagine you starting off with a rock and then you're getting a computer. These kids got a computer, then you're gonna try to hand them a rock. They'll probably bust your head with that rock. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't give them that much advancement and give them that much setback and expect for them to be happy. No. It's not gonna work like that. You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think it's messed up that even still in 2023, Mississippi is still considered the poorest state. I mean, I've been hearing that since I was a kid. I've been hearing about that for a very long time, over 40 years. And here it is with all this advanced technology. I mean, everything is being progressive except for the state of Mississippi. So that's really something that the government needs to work on itself. And I don't know if that's just a Mississippi thing, like the way the government in Mississippi is, or it's just a federal thing. But the sad part about it is still that even with Mississippi being a poor state, you really shouldn't bring back Jim Crow laws, because like Curtis said, you're trying to bring back an old law in a modern time, and these kids are not going for that. They've watched enough slave movies. They've watched enough Black freedom movies to say to themselves, if that shit was to ever happen to me, I'm gonna fight back. So they're gonna have a fight on their hands if they really try to implement that. They really have a fight on their hands from these new kids. It's gonna go down, man. So I hope that shit fails.
Yeah.
Miserably.
All right, now here's a clip that we can all relate to, because I used to live on this street. So we're gonna come back and now we're gonna talk.
Martin Luther King Boulevard is a token. In every city in America, there's a Martin Luther King Parkway, Martin Luther King Boulevard, Martin Luther King something, and it's in a nigger neighborhood, and it's known for crime and violence. Am I lying? I just need to know. Maybe it's just Durham, North Carolina. Maybe it's everywhere I've went. But everywhere I've went in the United States, Martin Luther King Avenue, Martin Luther King Parkway, Martin Luther King Drive, Martin Luther King Street is in a black neighborhood and is known for fuckery. Am I lying? Y'all niggas want a holiday? Well, let's go to the roughest, toughest, tootinest, rootinest, worst place in your city and give you a Martin Luther King holiday. Martin Luther King Drive, Martin Luther King Parkway. We give you a token and you feel good. What's going on Martin Luther King Parkway?
He ain't never lied. He ain't never lied.
Now look, I used to live in Chicago on 56 and King Drive. Okay, that's where my grandmother. That's where all of my memories are. A lot of my childhood memories are on King Drive, and right up the street from where I grew up is 63rd and 64th and King Drive, which is now O Block. All right, so
yeah,
I remember going to Martin Luther King Drive in Atlanta, Martin Luther King Drive in LA, Martin Luther King Drive in other parts, and it was always hood. So Martin Luther King Street, it is a token. It's like a bone that the system threw us after the death of King, after the death of King, to shut us up and tone us down. But you don't see Martin Luther King Boulevard running through any prominent neighborhoods. So
right.
What y'all think?
That's everything
like
said is true,
man.
And now they're starting to do that. They're starting to do that with Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if y'all heard, but you know they're trying to make Trump Street, give him a street downtown Nashville.
They're trying to what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop the name of that street because someone else is going to get that street, and it's a black person. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to stop the black person from getting the name of that street and give it to Trump. But at the same time, that's just some old, that's some old effery in itself. But at the same time, okay, where's Martin Luther King Drive or where's Martin Luther King here in Nashville? What side of town is that on?
I think it's out north. Yep. It's out there North Nashville.
Yeah. Okay, so North Nashville is predominantly what?
Black.
TSU, all the soul food restaurants. Yeah,
all of them, bro. He ain't never lied. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you got Buck Cannon right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep. All that, bro.
Matter of fact, you know what? You're absolutely right, Dollar, because Bob Marley, Jefferson Street Jones, which was the quarterback, the first black quarterback of Pittsburgh Steelers, all of them used to Jimi Hendrix, all of them used to be on around that way in Buck Cannon and Martin Luther King. You're absolutely right. Yep.
And I'm telling you, man, look.
Wow.
Again, every Martin Luther King, because again, I grew up in Chicago on Martin Luther King Drive, so it's just instilled in me. So anytime I was in another city, I wanted to see if they had a Martin Luther King Drive. And every one I went to was right in the hood. When I went to the one in Atlanta in 90, I went to the one in Atlanta in like 96, right? And we were at a BP gas station. And out of nowhere, they just walked up to us and dropped a nickel bag in the car like, yo, we got that weed. We didn't ask to buy it. He just came up to us, dropped it in the car, and was like, yeah, we got the weed. I'm like, okay, shit.
You know what's funny about that, though, Dollar?
That happened to me and you.
You know what's funny about that? You remember when I went down there for the BET Awards?
Yeah.
They had the spot right there at Martin Luther King Drive in the hood, the one you just talked about. Yep. And look, and me and Joaquin, we all packed up the stuff, man, before it got dark because we know what time it was.
Yeah. And again, it's no disrespect to our brother Dr. Martin Luther King, but it's just the way the white government has set that up. They don't put Dr. Martin Luther King Street running through any prominent neighborhoods. There's not like a King Drive in a Governor's Club or somewhere off Concord. It's just always in our neighborhoods, which just clearly shows you that they just threw us a bone, gave us a token, and just pretty much wanted to shut up. So
it was a backhanded comment.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now check this out.
Go ahead. My bad.
Check this out. Here is what Sandra Bullock and Ellen said about this. This
You
gonna
need
bug
to see
y'all
this.
out.
Sandra Bullock explains how celebrities stay young for longer, and Ellen adds on something really creepy at the end. Let me know what you guys think.
Explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these. Some of you, I think many of you know it. And it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen, and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes.
What are you pushing into the skin, Sarah?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person. Far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Wow.
So
wow.
they're using foreskin from little Korean babies, I guess, to use as some type of age prevention technique.
It sounds terrible.
I guess it's horrible, man.
It sounds terrible.
So y'all
Yeah.
go ahead, y'all.
Bro, I mean, that was creepy in itself. It's creepy that Ellen actually knows this shit. Like, where you been hanging out to get this information? Like, I'm so serious right now. I'm shocked that you know this, Ellen. So, that's one. Two,
wow.
It shows me the limit. There ain't no limit that people go to for beauty or for youth. So, I'm not surprised, bro. That's Holly weird up there. That's Holly weird.
Wow.
So, go ahead, Mark.
Man, that just hurt my feelings because I kind of had a little crush on Sandra Bullock, man. Like Korean babies, like wow.
Yeah.
That just blew my mind, man. I ain't never heard of nothing like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never heard it either. But those people of that caliber who are in those circles, they do that on the regular. They know about this stuff all the time. So you heard what she said. It came from the foreskin of some young Korean kid. So guess what that means to me?
Mm-hmm.
If that's a procedure that's very popular amongst celebrities who want to get that procedure done, that means they are literally harvesting foreskin from young Korean kids. So those kids over there are in damn danger.
Yeah.
All right. It's like they're being poached and hunted for this
foreskin
to keep these white people. Yeah.
I've been silly, but yeah,
it's a sick procedure, man. It's a very sick procedure.
It is.
Wow.
Why white people? Let me ask y'all this: why are white people afraid of growing old?
Because they don't do it gracefully.
You hit it dead on the head. Yeah. And I mean, hey, honestly, I mean, look at us. We look young. You know what I'm saying? Black don't crack. So I don't know if it's a competition, I mean, I can even go back to the Black Dynamite movie when they had some little stuff in the beer to make black people's penis get smaller. The white man was mad, and trying to make theirs a little bit bigger. There's some truth to that movie, man. It's funny, but there's some truth to it. So maybe they're trying to be like us, man.
Could be. I mean, in a lot of ways, they're trying to be like us. They just always deny it. But
yeah,
of course, in a lot of ways, they're trying to be like us. So that could be one of the things, like Kurt said, when they age, they don't really age well. So
nope.
Staying youthful to them is like when you see like Dolly Parton, she was always a somewhat pretty woman. But now that she's getting older and she got all that damn facial reconstruction and plastic surgery, and they look really weird when they get that stuff done to them.
They're like a cartoon character.
Yeah, they almost like a caricature of themselves.
Mm-hmm. Like how you go to the park and you get that one painting by that dude who makes you look like a cartoon character.
Yeah,
that's how they be looking.
That's how they be looking at shit.
Right. That's how they know.
Yeah. All right, now check this out. This next clip is called "Ain't No Way, Bro." This gonna blow y'all out. This gonna blow y'all mind.
And he said, Dad, guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
What?
Right. They should over there with the get out of jail free card. Definitely got to get out of jail free card. See, that's a sign of you protect your own. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with people like that, like they said, you know, that's in legislature. So at the end of the day, just know that they have their own game. You know, that's that method. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You know, we keep it on. You know, that's, you know, so they'll know that their homie is fucking up basically, and they still condone the bullshit. But just keep it. Our bullshit is our bullshit. So, but go ahead.
Mark, you look speechless.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't.
Yeah, these are the people who make the laws.
Yeah, these are the people who make the laws, and they can't even fucking keep the laws themselves. Go ahead, Mark.
Right.
I don't know what to say. Like I'm blown away by this. Wow, I might need a drink or something. You know what?
And 3 of them had aggravated assault.
I gotta take a
funny how
swig.
he prefaced it. It's funny how he prefaced it. Well, is it NBA or NFL players? Like, and to me, it seemed like it would start off as a black thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When he mentioned NBA, and when he mentioned NBA, NFL players, he started calling off those charges and all the other stuff about credit. So I'm like, man, why we gotta decide between if it's the NFL or NBA? But and the whole time, but actually, during the course of the video, I started to think maybe it's not them. Maybe it may be a shock at the end. And sure enough, it's not any of the brothers in the NBA or the NFL. These are white lawmakers and decision makers. They can't get credit. They have failed businesses. I mean, you heard the list. I mean, they got charges against them, and these are the same people trying to tell you and I what to do.
Right.
Yes. Like, I mean, he was calling out robberies, fraud. Like, I mean, he was.
He was calling out everything Grand Theft Auto character would do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's it seemed like a lot of them. I bet you a lot of them got long rap sheets of stuff on them.
Yeah,
but by them being in a position that they're in, I think a lot of stuff gets swept under the rug and sealed for so the public won't know about it. But this guy, I don't know who that guy was, but he exposed the whole thing. But the way he did it, drew you in because you want to be like, okay, who is it? Is it the NBA players or the NFL players?
Yeah.
So you have to watch. You know what I'm saying? The way he drew you in. But when it's all said and done, it's nobody in the sports. It's people who make those kind of decisions for us, and they need to be on trial for that. They need to be, on trial for that type of shit. That stuff needs to be known to the public. These are the people that we so-called give our trust and our votes to make decisions, and they are living just as criminal as some of the people in our neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
So that's wild. And then you know what, too? Me and my girl always say this: those neighborhoods that be pristine, gated communities, rich neighborhoods, those be the very neighborhoods that have the highest. They have the worst crimes because that's where all the pedophiles be living at, all the serial rapists be living at. For real though, all the for real though, you know damn well when the person gets exposed, it be in those neighborhoods, and the neighbors be like, I never knew he. We go to his cookout every summer. They always be them. It be them same neighborhoods. These guys be prominent members of society, running businesses, but at nights, that motherfucker is a serial killer, breaking their homes.
Hell no,
man.
Yeah, so a lot of that crime come from them areas, man. So I wasn't too surprised when I found out it was them.
Dang.
All right, well, it's close to us taking our 5-minute break, so we're gonna take our 5-minute break. We'll be back at the top of the hour to wrap everything up, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
All right, see y'all in 5.
Word.
All right.
right, we are back in effect. Back in the building after our 5-minute break. It's the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. All right, it looks like we're waiting on Kimo to get on back. All right. All right, there you go. Let's set this up right quick. You ready? You good, Kurt?
Oh, yeah, I'm all good.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and finish this joint off. All right, now check this out. This next clip is Nori and Joe Budden tripping on other rappers who are not good at podcasting.
You know what's crazy? I'm looking at these rappers trying shows now because, you know, rappers from our era, and they are so failing.
Isn't it great?
It's great to see
No, tell the truth. It's great to see people fail. Yeah.
They're doing sports shows. They're doing comedy shows.
they selling ass out here, right? They are selling their ass.
They talking about,
I'm
just doing this for fun. No, you're not.
No, you're not. It's a lie.
They go get a computer. They get 2 cameras. And then they come out for 3 weeks. When the 6 episodes don't work, they start to rethink it. And you know what happens?
Give up.
They come out with another show. And then that's trash.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start cooking.
Nah.
Y'all looking horrible out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, now hold on now. I'm gonna say this. I seen they had a picture T.I. down there. DJ Clue. Who else was in that? Who else was in that mix? They even had Willie D in there. Now Willie D podcast is popping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why they put Willie D in there, because Willie D, the one that he does by himself and the one he does with Scarface, the Ghetto Boys Reloaded, that's a good podcast. So he should have threw him in there. And T.I., I don't see T.I. show no more. That what is it, Expeditiously? I don't see that no more.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that DJ Clue was doing a show. And so
I didn't
I don't
either.
know. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think?
Well, I mean, to me, it's like, okay, once you were doing music and you had a voice and you had something to say through your music, otherwise, doesn't necessarily translate so people want to hear your everyday, normal Joe, not rapping opinion. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't have that ability to cross over. But as everything now, just like with real estate, oh, I'm going to get into real estate. I want to be a real estate. Okay. Same thing with people in this podcast. Everybody says they're going to do a podcast. Everybody. You know, they're just following the wave, but everybody's not going to make it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is at the end of the day.
All right, what do you think, Mark?
Well, I just believe, man, I don't knock anybody hustle, you know, because who's to say, you know, if they try something, I mean, you know, they might actually do good at it, you know, and if they don't, oh, well, move on to something else, you know. That's just like everybody trying to be entrepreneurs, man. You know, everybody can't be entrepreneurs, but everybody's going to try. And if they see that they're not successful in it, then you take your butt on and get your 9 to 5.
But no. Check this out. The caveat to that is he said they did 6 episodes and said it's not working. When have you known a job or a business or even a business owner to only do like 6 months of business and then quit? Your company is not getting a chance to blossom or to mature or to grow word of mouth. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the spoils of the victory goes to the person who's willing to persevere and stand there even when they're not getting paid, basically. If you're not seeing the instant results, that's because the more that your business stays afloat, the more you're solidified. The more every day you get up and you go to work, you're more solidified. Now, you can't say the same for people who don't stick to things, or the people who don't see things through. You see what I'm saying? You have to see it through. That's all I'm saying for it to be successful.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know what? And see, the thing with Joe Budden kind of already had started tapping into the podcasting thing right before it really became a thing. You know what I'm saying? I think he was doing it around about the time I started doing podcasts in 2009. I think Joe Budden was kind of around about a couple years after that. So he kind of was on the way for a minute. Now, Drink Champs. Now, let's keep this 100, okay? I love Nori. But before Drink Champs, what was Nori doing? Does anybody remember anything that Nori was doing before Drink Champs?
No.
I thought he was just retired at the island chilling.
Okay, can anybody recall what Nori was doing before Drink Champs? Because the last thing I remember Nori was doing was nothing. Nori was just almost a retired rapper. Nori, one of the things I can give Nori credit to was the fact that he introduced us worldwide to the Neptunes. Now, Pharrell and them had been working with Teddy Riley back in the Rump Shaker days because Pharrell wrote Teddy Riley's verse on Rump Shaker. So, but it was just that Teddy Riley kind of kept them under wraps, but it was Nori that brought the Neptunes out. So I give him credit for that.
Oh, okay.
I give Nori credit
I didn't even know that.
Dope ass
Yeah,
rapper.
that's true.
Yeah, I give him credit for being a dope ass rapper from Queens. But before Drink Champs, let's keep it 100, man. What the hell was Noriega doing before Drink Champs? Noriega was pretty much out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he just kind of got lucky. And then when Revolt, acquired them and took them on, they gave him a bigger budget because if you watch Drink Champs before Revolt, then they set looks kind of dark and kind of rank. You know what I'm saying? As compared to after, they didn't. When Puffy them acquired it and made it
the
TV show. They gave a facelift, sort of say. Now he's able to wear that big ass fur coat. You know what I'm saying? But up until then, Nori was just pretty much a mediocre rapper. He didn't have any real serious hits. He had a few of them, but he didn't have any real serious hits. So again, I'm not sure Nori, but he don't get. To me, Nori doesn't have the right to shit on any other rapper who's trying to get into that, who's trying to get in that lane, and they're not as successful. Because if it wasn't for Drink Champs, we wouldn't know who the fuck Nori is right now. My opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
That's my opinion. So
because I don't think I ever heard any of Noriega's songs. I don't think I can't recall any songs that.
I'm gonna give you one. What? He's a super thug. Remember Super Thug?
Nah, bro.
You don't remember Super Thug?
No.
Damn. Okay. well, hey.
now you know if Gitmo don't know it, man.
No, I know it. No, I know it.
Oh, okay.
No, I know it. You don't know it. I know it. I definitely know it. So yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and again, I'm not disrespecting him. I did. It's just in my opinion. If it wasn't for Drink Champs giving Noriega a second chance,
he would have been over with. He'll be irrelevant. He'll be irrelevant.
Right. Yeah. He would be irrelevant. And Drink Champs gave him a reintroduction to these new kids, so these new kids can know who he is. So they doing their homework on Nori now. But again, if it wasn't for Drink Champs, he'd have just been a washed-up ass rapper, man.
Right.
Yep.
I agree.
So true.
Yep. All right. Here's Irv Gotti talking about Ashanti want her masters back. Let's go. Come on now. Oh, my bad. My bad. Here we go. Right here. I'm fucking up.
I never signed my artists to 360 deals. I never said, give me some of your show money. Ashanti makes a lot of money doing shows. So what's left for the record label? The masters. You want to remove that aspect. You saying you don't want my kids. She's been performing for 20 years. She's never asked for her stems. Went in the studio, tried to recreate, and fell short. You want me to give you the stems of your album album now and be able to remake your album.
And you wouldn't be able to get $1 of that?
I still eat off of it because I own the publishing. You know, when she's like, I'm gonna spritz it up and jazz it up. Ashanti, you cannot spritz it up. The minute you jazz it up, it's not a cover. Now it has to come back to me to clear it. We had this record with Vita called Justify My Love. We redid that record and we spritzed it up. Madonna said, rejected. We took the verse off. We made that record identically the same. If you change anything, it reverts back to the writers to clear it. Let me just give you the answer now. No!
Alright. Ashanti wants her masters back. And I've seen the new trend is now that a lot of these artists who can't get their masters, and they're going to trying to back to re-record those songs and make them up kind of with a newer twist, and it's not coming out right. So I don't know. I just think Irv Gotti has a point there, but at the same time, I don't know. He has a point there. So what do y'all think?
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, he's the record label, the CEO. He done put his money up to get her in the studio. And I mean, it's just business. Can't nobody be mad at Irv. I mean, it's just business. He gave her the money for when she did shows. Like you said, his deals is not 360. You know, so my thing, Ashanti need to just move on, get her business right, and just, you know, do some other stuff.
All right, what do you think, Kurt?
Well, I'll say this. Irv Gotti is one hurt ass dude, bro. I wanted to say the other word, but I just choose not going to say that. He's a one hurt ass dude. That man will not give her masters back because he got a soft spot for her. That's like a dude who won't give back a girl's favorite CD or her favorite robe, and they used to go together because they used to mess around. So that ain't even about the way he doing hers. That only got nothing to do with business, bro. You just being a little asshole because she don't want to be with you. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she humiliated you with Nelly and all type of other shit, and she still running around looking fine, and you still can't fuck with her. So at the end of the day, I think it's more of a relationship type, you know, but that's my ex revenge, and I'm gonna make it hard for her rather than the business aspect. Just like he said, I'm gonna tell you now, no. The way he conducted himself that's not a business, man. That ain't how you conduct business. For real. If you want to be real, no, that's not the way you conduct business. You know what I'm saying? And to say that, you know, that's one of your artists, you can't. He didn't give her show money. He said he never collected show money. That means, yeah, she can run around and doing shows all she wants, but you always gonna want to have a tie to her by not giving her masters. You eating off the masters. You want to eat off that girl for the rest of your life, but that's what you're doing. As long as you got a hold to them. So that's what you want to do. Yeah, when I put up the label, yeah, but you was also fucking her too. So, I mean, what are you saying? But nobody's gonna talk about that. But I digress.
Did Ja Rule get his masters?
I'm pretty sure his paperwork was straighter than Ashanti's. I bet you that.
Yeah, that too.
I bet his paperwork is straighter than Ashanti's.
He was saying that he believes her paperwork is more better than Ashanti's paperwork is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because Irv Gotti and Ja Rule, homeboy, they've been friends for the longest. Remember when Ja Rule was part of the what was it? It wasn't the Cash Money Clique, was it?
Something like that.
Ja Rule.
No, I thought he was almost signed to Death Row.
No, I'm talking about in the 90s, like in the early to mid 90s, Ja Rule was part of a group called the Something Clique. And it was him, Irv Gotti, and somebody else. They were actually a group. And they were signed to Blunt Records, which was the same label that Mike Geronimo was on. I think it was called the Cash Money Clique or something like that. But anyways, Ja Rule and Irv Gotti go way back. They go way back. So, and look, I mean, these guys got children named after each other. Ja Rule has a son named Irving. All right, so they got that kind of friendship. But the thing is, with Ashanti, Irv gave Ashanti a hell of a break because to me, Ashanti really couldn't sing.
Right.
She sang just enough to make a record, but
exactly.
But Irv is, Irv got a point there. He kind of got a point there. Even if he does give her back the masters, he still owns the publishing, so he can still eat up the publishing. It's just that he won't have control over the actual stamps and shit. But yeah, man, I think Irv got a point there. And, and then for them to try to go back and try to spritz them up and make them a little different. Everybody likes the original version to those songs. Nobody wants to hear a new 2023, spritzed up version of "Rain on Me" or whatever those songs were. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Irv has a point there. And Ashanti, she just needs to go ahead.
Yeah.
He said the girl been performing 20 years off them same songs. Why does she want her masters now? What does she do with the masters?
Right.
What could Ashanti do with these masters?
Yep. And by the way, you're right. The group that he was in, it was called Cash Money Click back in 1994.
Okay. Back in 94. Okay, yeah. So thanks for looking at it up. So I knew it was something like that. And so it was him, Irv Gotti, and somebody else, but they've been friends for a very, very, very long damn time. So we're gonna make sure John Ruby hears and shit.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Man.
All right. Now here's a clip. This is gonna change your perspectives. And this is the dude
Never think about kid. Nigga, I'm solution based. I don't listen to problems to gossip with niggas. And I understand. But niggas don't have no fucking heart. You can't go to war with niggas who love tangible things. And niggas talk that fucking warrior shit, but these niggas is so unproven. But you give your loyalty to niggas who are unproven, who do shit for money, and that's it. They don't do shit for the love of the people. And the biggest commodity of anything is the fucking people. It's no you without the people. Don't give a fuck how much money you got. With no people, nigga, you're nothing.
True.
All right.
Yeah.
He had tears in his eyes. So who wants to set that off?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
Man, that loyalty stuff is real, man. I could just share this story with you real quick. A lot of people don't know this, but Cook Up Boss, that's my cousin. So I did a couple of tracks on his joint, man. Not only did he offer me some money, I'm talking about like 20 stacks, and he offered to buy me a Range Rover like his. And like I told him, I said, cuz I know we family. I said, but you were in a situation a little bit worse than I was, meaning you was out there on the street selling drugs and stuff. You need to do this for you. So he did, and he appreciate what I did for him. Because I told him, I said, I'm not really hurting for anything. He said, cuz I want you to know this. If you need anything, he said, you come holler at me. He said, because ain't nobody ever came to me the way you did about this situation. Who gonna turn down $20,000 and a brand new Range Rover and all that stuff is legal?
That's hard. Right.
Yeah.
That's hard. But I'm gonna say
That's
this.
the real stuff what he said though, man.
Yeah, the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Relationships are big, man. If you don't, if nobody sees the value, is it really valuable? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like paintings, we put value on things.
Yeah.
If it wasn't set up that way or the access, it wouldn't be appealing. Who wants to go to an amusement park where ain't nobody there? Nobody. You know what I mean? Right. So even if you had all the money to ride all the rides in the amusement park, if ain't nobody there, it's not gonna be fun. It's like a ghost town. Mm-hmm. So dude said the truth, man. The relationships are what's the most important. As long as you're in a proper relationship, you can get some stuff that's free versus you not being in a relationship. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a lot of us kind of end up like following and being enamored by people who seem to look, who on the outside seem to look like they have it going on. So a lot of us just fall in line with that, especially today with the social media thing. So a lot of things are thrown on our faces. So we tend to like give our loyalty to people that sometimes we don't even really know off the top. And then a lot of times we give our loyalty to people who haven't really earned it. You know what I'm saying? Who haven't really earned, wake up, Kurt, who haven't really earned our, you know what I'm saying? Our, who haven't really earned that from us. So dude was right. We keep giving our loyalty to people who don't fucking deserve it, man. Then in the long run, when they show you why they didn't deserve it, then our feelings are hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. As Kurt was saying before, it's about. I had a situation here not too long ago where I had to tell somebody that he put someone else that he never knew, just somebody that he just met online, and went to go do some, I guess, conversating with this guy. And the guy ended up giving nothing but some fucking dry information that the guy ended up giving him some information that I could have gave him out of my 35 years in the music industry, okay? Right. And I had to tell this guy, look, man, you put this dude before me. That let me know that you don't recognize any of the value that I brought to your project. Yep. You didn't realize you didn't care about the value that I brought to the whole situation at all. But you prioritize a total stranger's value over me. Yeah. Only for that person to give you a little bit of information and sit your ass back home with nothing. You know?
Right.
So
right.
I get that point. I feel that, man. We keep putting our loyalty into people who haven't really proven themselves, man. And I'm all the way on that. Yeah. Even in the Bible says friendship must be proven. You have to earn friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to really earn that. And a lot of us, we just give our friendship to people who really don't give a damn about us.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely true, man.
So, all right. Here's this clip of Charleston White, our favorite Charleston White, talking about Lil Boosie.
You done made me mad, Boosie. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you and this tough guy ass bullshit. And you ain't tough, nigga. You sure ain't tough with insulin in your ass and diabetes. Your body can't even produce its own insulin, nigga. Your knuckles ain't tough. Nigga, fuck you talking about. You ain't got no hard brick throwing knuckles that'll make a nigga do this when you throw 3 punches and all 3 of them hurt. You ain't got them kind of knuckles, diabetic motherfucker. And you had cancer, nigga. You just as brittle as you can be. Boosie, I'm sorry. Lil Boosie. You need to grow up past that Lil shit. Lil Bow Wow did it. Lil Bow Wow grew up, cocked his hat to the side like T.I., started wearing them motherfucking sunglasses like them police sunglasses like T.I., and started calling himself Bow Wow. Fuck you talking about. Nigga, here you still going around hollering Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie. When they shot his ass at Big T, nigga, it shook him up.
Man.
You know what?
Woo! Oh my goodness. This dude, man. That dude right there.
A handful. Yeah, he's definitely a handful. Best thing we can say about that is he just tripped me out because, you know, he is like antagonizes everybody. You know what I'm saying? One moment he'll be spitting some wisdom, and then the next moment he'll be just going in on somebody. So, you know, it's kind of funny in a sense that, like they say, sometimes having the internet is a privilege, and it is a privilege. So just trust and believe. Just because everybody got a microphone don't need to be everybody got to be on the microphone. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Man, as bad as I hate to say this, man, you know, I really don't care too much for Charleston White, man, but he actually tells the truth. And that's what a lot of people don't like, you know. And when he tells the truth, he bags it up, you know. As like I said, you know, it sounds a little crazy because of something that we're already used to, but why not try to get some of this stuff off the streets? Why not try to get some of these killers off the streets, you know, and do the right thing? You know, hey, they teach you that as a kid. If somebody hit you, you better come back and tell me. You know, so they training you to be a snitch at a young age. That's what we call it, is a snitch. But they say tattletale. Right. You know, but you know, some of this stuff, man, like I said, I don't like his delivery, but he tells the truth about stuff. He really does.
Yeah. And that part about Boosie, I didn't even know that Boosie had cancer. I didn't know that little Boosie had diabetes like that. So the way he the way he minimized little Boosie's goddamn relevance in the damn world, it's like he like struck him down to like nothing. I mean, he almost made it like, oh shit. He made it seem like I could walk up on little Boosie and punch his ass out. And I know ain't gonna shit happen. You know what I'm saying? He made it seem like Boosie just, no, for real though. He just made Boosie seem like a damn target. Like, oh, I can try this guy now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not saying that I would personally do it, but the message is like any guy who wants some stripes may try to walk up on Boosie and, you know, try him because he don't think that he gonna hit him hard enough. I don't know. But Charleston White just really brought Boosie down to this right here, man. I think I could be wrong, but this spat between Boosie and T.I., could that be just like a marketing ploy to sell records? Is that a real thing, or what do y'all think?
You know, I don't know, man, but I will tell you this. There was somebody who was locked up in prison with Boosie, told the truth about Boosie. Boosie was in protective custody. He wasn't with the killers like he's telling everybody, you know. Okay. So with that being a publicity stunt, man, I have no idea. But like I said, T.I., he brought his paperwork out. It didn't say, you know, but you know what, Dollar? Anybody in that situation, man, anybody that's in that situation that's going to get themselves out of prison, if my cousin or any family member told me, Mark, look, I ain't got long to live. You got a wife, you got kids, man. Go ahead and put that on me. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I might be like, no, bro, you know, I don't want to do that. But if they telling me I'm about to get 30 plus years and I ain't going to get to see them no more and no freedom, it's going to be hard. But I might say, hey, my cousin was the one who had this, you know, and all that, so I can be free, man. You know, I mean, I think anybody in that position, man, will probably do that.
Yeah. I see.
Because I mean, a lot of people ain't made for jail and prison.
True.
Oh, hell no. Everybody ain't built for that shit. No way.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Especially when Black Diamond, man, was talking about the one up in Chicago. Oh no.
Yeah. Good point. All right, check out this clip. This is Skip Bayless. Hold on, let me make sure I get this in here right. Yeah, this is Skip Bayless being very.
This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he's still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Wow.
That's the point.
That's what you do. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better.
Bullshit.
I got to see what you do. You take personal shots.
No, I didn't take a personal shot on you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal.
Put your glasses back on.
Ooh. Put your glasses back on.
That was
boy,
real.
you know, in another time what was going to follow that fucking phrase. He hit a fucking octave. Like somebody squeezed his ball. He went up there, didn't he?
When he said, that was high.
Because he was like, Skip.
I think he was
it's usually Skip. It's usually Skip. But he went, Skip. He said, you stop playing at 35. Yeah, I'm a tight end, fucker.
You get fucking beat all the time.
I get hit
all the time.
And you never played, Skip. Shut the fuck up.
That's right.
You don't play ball, bitch.
Right. Right. Shit.
Hey, boy, Shannon voice went fucking about 12 octaves high. Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it though. Think about it. If you in the trenches The person who's sitting up in the fan seats ain't got nothing to say. You can never understand how it truly is. You know what I mean? That's like saying just because you watch basketball on Sunday don't mean you Coach K. You know what I'm saying? So basically put, and you know, like the shit that he was saying about Skip, it was true. You know, you always taking little stabs at me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what? I didn't work playing football until now. Basically, what you trying to say? Yeah. You know, like I'm past my prime. Who gives a damn? You know, you never made it off the porch. How do you have a right to have an opinion? Mm-hmm.
Through that,
so yeah,
that.
So that's how I'm saying.
Yeah. I think he just know what buttons to push on Shannon Sharpe, man. But I'm gonna tell you who will give him a run for his money. Steven, the little black guy that be yelling all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He'll give Skip a run for his money.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, I think he's a tether. I think he got some tether background or something like that. But yeah, every now and then he can hit it home too. But I just think Skip Bayless every now and then that racist shit come out of him, because you heard what the brother said.
Yeah.
When he was like, "Put your glasses back on," he said it. If this was another time, it would have been followed by the N-word soon after that. You know?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
A lot of them still got that in them. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. One of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yep.
Yeah. It would have been Jim Crow all over again in that motherfucker.
Somebody gonna catch him slipping.
Yep. All right, check this out. This is Logic. What did we say earlier? Logic John.
Mm-hmm. Logic John in the building, everybody.
Here's Logic right here, talking about sampling.
I've actually denied samples when they come back and said, "Oh yeah, we'll do this," but then they want 100%. That's not fair. Tribe Called Quest. Can I Kick It? Lou Reed took 100% of their shit. And this was before the sample clearances and these laws had happened. So there was no law. Does Lou Reed, his family, and the estate deserve money from that? 100%. But to take 100%? No. So then when I sample, I don't sample the song. I don't sample the melody. And I'm rapping about other shit, but then I just have a part where I go, "Can I kick it?" And then my friends chant, "Yes, you can," which fucking Phife Dawg and Q-Tip wrote, not Lou Reed. But guess what? Q-Tip, Phife Dawg, Ali, Shaheed Muhammad, the Tribe Called Quest didn't get a fucking cent. And it all went to the estate of Lou Reed and lawyers. And that's cool. I'm not mad. It's not about the money, man. It's about the fact that when I found out they're taking 100% of my record because they took 100% of their record, I'm like, man, that really sucks.
Wow.
Okay. All right, so he's saying that he was using the example with Tribe Called Quest's song, "Can I Kick It?" which samples a song called, I think, "Take a Walk on the Wild Side" by Lou Reed. Now, if anyone knows about Lou Reed is a racist son of a bitch, okay? Lou Reed never liked sampling. I was watching an old MTV documentary about hip hop and sampling, and Lou Reed flat out said it's stealing. All right. So Lou Reed never had any love for rappers and never had any love for the art of sampling. So when it came time for him to clear something that Tribe Called Quest sampled, of course he's gonna take 100%. He's trying to make sure them brothers never make no money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And guess who did the same thing? Guess who else did the same thing? Remember that song by Lord Tariq and Peter Guns?
Mm-hmm.
What was that song, Kurt?
Uptown Anthem.
Uptown Anthem. Okay. That was a sample by Steely Dan. The song was called Black Cow. Again, Steely Dan, I love their music, but they never really liked rap music. They never really got into the art of sampling. They never understood that. So of course, they did the same thing with them. They got actually a little bit more. They took $150,000 off the top and then took 100% of the publishing on the back end. So now when they perform that song, they don't get no money. They don't even perform that song that much too more because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So again, sampling is not. I mean, they passed laws where it's okay to sample now, but it's still that so many people whose music is sampled, they just were just racist old musicians who never liked rap music anyways, like Lou Reed.
Right.
So then when Logic said that, so what Logic tried to do was get around it by saying, I'll say the "Can I Kick It" part, yes you can, which was written by A Tribe Called Quest, but the estate still got that money. You know what I'm saying? So Lou Reed is still getting money for that, for whatever that Logic used. So what's y'all take on that?
That's crazy.
I mean, that's why paperwork is so important. So
What's it, Kurt?
I said that's why I was saying that's why paperwork is so important. Like, if you don't know, you know, your worth, then somebody can easily run you over. Like, when it's over, like you said, they're not even getting paid for it. They're still alive. Some of them are, but they're not even getting paid for it. It's always going to be the record labels. That shows you how greedy Irv Gotti is. We just watched that a few minutes ago. You know, they're basically doing the Irv Gotti. So, you feel me?
All right, what's your take on it, Mark?
Man, I just feel like that if you're going to use any type of sampling, man, according to it's just me, just my opinion and thinking. I can just say Michael Jackson for an example. If I'm gonna sample Billie Jean, of course, you know, I feel like he deserved 50%. You know, and that's Michael Jackson. I love him. I just feel like he deserved 50. But if you're gonna take somebody like Walter D, who's local, who had a record deal but really wasn't like real big, okay, you can give him a percentage, but I don't think he deserved like 50 because he didn't make anything off of it. You know, sampling, man, sampling is just a part of music, period. You know, because back in the day, remakes to me is pretty much sampling their whole song. You know, you can go and get what's the singing thin birds, okay. What's the little black guy name? They made a movie out of
Frankie Lyman.
Yeah, Frankie Lyman. Man, you hear people still doing that song till this day. So if that's not sampling, then I mean, I don't know what it is, you know. Because I mean, you're doing his song, but you're still doing it in your way.
Yeah, well, the thing is, this is my take on sampling. For the longest, the white music industry has been taking, stealing, robbing, and raping black musicians for their music, their craft, their songwriting for the longest, right? And never gave them nothing in return for it. They've always ended up in the long run owning the music that we've been putting out. So when sampling came along, I looked at that as us going back for what was ours, just in another kind of way. Just like the episode of Sanford and Son, where Bubba was like, "I want my daddy's records." Remember that one? I want my daddy's records.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I sample. When I be sampling, I had that same mentality. I want my daddy's records. In so many words, I'm gonna sample this shit, and I'm gonna use your shit the same way you stole all my ancestors' shit. You know what I'm saying? But this time, you know, it's just the way I see sampling. I don't see sampling as stealing. I see sampling as me incorporating a melody that I like. Because Quincy Jones said there's only 12 notes in music. So what the hell do you expect? We're going to be using the same melodies and chords and whatever throughout the course of music anyways. So if I sample a little piece from a rock band, I'll give them credit, but at the same time, it's like, fuck them, because them white people been stealing from us for the longest, man. That's just my feeling.
They sure have.
That's just how I feel about it.
Yep, they have. You know? They've been stealing a whole lot from us.
Come on, man. They've been stealing forever from us, man. So Lou Reed, racist ass, never gave a damn about rappers anyway, so I can see him trying to take 100%. But at the same time, there's other musicians and other artists out there who's waiting in the cut for their shit to be sampled because they need the money. And they won't take all of it. They won't try to take. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I experienced here last year. I went to clear a sample that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced. It was I had sampled a piece of the remix of "Can You Stand the Rain" by New Edition. I did the paperwork, and I went to go clear it. Do you know the motherfuckers told me they denied it? Jamie and Lewis was like,
wow.
They didn't give me any comments on it. So I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't tripping because I understand, but on the paperwork, I gave them the biggest portion. I literally gave them out of 100%. I literally gave them almost like 75%, and I broke down the other 25% between me and whoever else was on the song. So the numbers was right, the percentage was there. They still didn't clear the sample. So I was like, okay, fuck it.
That's messed up.
Just be a song that I can't put out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I have a publishing company, so I was doing the right thing, but they even still, and I gave them the biggest portion of the paperwork, but they was like, they didn't clear it. So, I mean, what could I say? But sampling to me is not bad, man. Sampling is a part of the art. The very first song that the world was introduced to was Rapper's Delight, and that was just a cover of Good Times by Chic.
Yeah. Yep.
So sampling been there from day one. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just a matter of how you do it, and you make sure that those people get their credit. But Lou Reed, he's a monster. I don't know if he's dead. I don't know if he's still around, but if he's not, so what? I don't care.
Well, they said he actually died, man, October 27, 2013.
So he's been dead 10 years, going on 10 years. Now, so I mean, whatever, man, whatever. But even still, the song "Can I Kick It" is still large. He's still making money off that piece. He just didn't like rappers. He just didn't like rap music. So, anyways. All right, I got another clip. This one is who is Lizzo's
We had
audience?
the opportunity to go to Lizzo's concert last week. All white women and gays who were crying. Like hyperventilating. Like the way that we've seen little girls lose their shit for Beyonce, these little white girls were losing their shit for Lizzo. And it was incredible to see because this is a big black girl who is very unapologetically big and black and beautiful. Here yet again is us not supporting us, calling her unhealthy or that she's not deserving of love.
I can understand why the male gaze doesn't celebrate Lizzo, but why do you feel like you looked around and you didn't see a lot of black women?
I don't think Lizzo makes like music that a lot of black women gravitate towards. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. If I saw my audience steering one way, I would definitely want to cater to that, especially when my own people aren't rocking for me.
You don't get to choose your audience. You do what you love, and you're surprised by who ends up loving it. Where like even with Pink Sweats, when we toured last year, his entire audience is Asian. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, who is Lizzo's audience? Now, I think the sister makes some good music, but her music is not appealing to the black community. So, go figure.
Yep. Absolutely right. That's why she won a Grammy. Because just like they say, it's appealing to the white audiences, the gay women, because that's what she, I guess, portray, as far as like with her dressing. When she was at the Grammys, man, she had a bottle of liquor right there with some white gay people.
Yeah.
So she most definitely appeals to that audience.
Yeah. I just think that, see, Lizzo, I like her. I like her personality. She has a few songs that are okay, but I think she wants it both ways. She wants to be able to go out there and dress any kind of way she wants to dress and not have anyone say anything about her. But at the same time, you can't show up at a Lakers game with your ass cheeks hanging out and there's kids and other people there. And then when people say, "Homegirl, you wrong for that," you can't break that down as to, "Well, you body shaming me." No, homegirl, it ain't about body shaming. You being fucking nasty and disrespectful in front of kids in a damn Lakers game. This is live on television.
Yeah.
And you trying, you know what I'm saying? You have to carry yourself. There are plenty of big women who carried themselves in a very sophisticated way. And we didn't have to trip on it. You see what I'm saying? So Lizzo, again, I like Lizzo, but at the same time, she kind of wants it both ways.
Yeah, ain't no way, man. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that, man. I like her, but just how she do certain stuff, man, that's not happening.
Well, I'm gonna say this. To me, it's like a mockery though, bro. When you think about it, they've been letting her do everything. Play a flute, do all kind of weird, crazy stuff. I think it's more entertainment for them in America. At the end of the day, you know, it's a mantle like anything else. You know, it's got this symbol of something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what it's a symbol of. And this is being straight up. White America has always had a thing for the mammy. All right. And she falls right into that. She's a big, heavy-set black woman that all the white people love. Now, who else was like that? Oprah Winfrey was a mammy for white America.
Right.
What's the girl name? The other chick. Damn, her name escapes me, but it was another heavy-set chick. That was like, even my old girl that be on The View. What's the big chick name that be on The View?
Star Jones.
Star Jones. America loves a mammy, man. America loves them a mammy, man, because they never gonna. Because the mammy took care of the kids, breastfed the kids, cooked the biscuits, cooked the. Even look at Aunt Jemima on the biscuit box. She was a mammy.
You are so right. You're so right.
So America loves them a mammy. So that's the reason why Lizzo is loved, because she's a big, heavy-set black woman that that makes music that's not offensive, and they just love. Now, guess what? If Lizzo was to lose weight, her numbers would drop.
Oh yeah, that's a wrap.
Right.
I promise you, because guess what? It happened to Oprah. Once Oprah started losing weight, her viewership went down. It happens all the time. They want that mammy in their life. They feel comfortable with that, and that's in their DNA too, for the love of a mammy. So Lizzo is just a 2023, and I'm not just being disrespectful. I'm just talking facts. I love the sister. I ain't got no problem with her. It's just that to the white society, she's just another mammy that just happened to make good music.
Yep.
You know,
man, that's sad.
That's that on that. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. All right, we got a couple more clips that we're gonna wrap it up. Here's the dude talking about Glorilla.
Now, some people might call me a hater, but I'm just stating the obvious. Call me a hater if you want. So the newest female sensation rapper, her name is Glorilla. So let me rewind. Let's say we were sitting down somewhere, we were having a conversation, and I couldn't remember the name of the female rapper. And I described the female rapper to you. I said, oh yeah, you know that one? She's got long fake weave. She wears a ton of makeup. She wears the really, really long nails. She wears really provocative clothing. She exposes herself. She cusses a lot. And she raps about finessing dudes and being free of F-boys. You know that type of rapper, right? You know that most people will name about 5 or 6 rappers. Now, why is this type of rapper being promoted in a new version coming out every single year? Is that an agenda? I don't know.
All right.
Well,
who wants to chime in?
I've already said this before. It's a mantle, man. You know, everybody got a mantle. Yeah, he described all of them. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no certain one. You know, everybody takes up on a mantle. Unfortunately, the mantle that's the most popular is the Little Kim mantle, as you see. Everybody, you know, it's a Little Kim 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So that's like their whole work uniform is Little Kim. So there you go.
Yeah. Man, you just took the words right out of my mouth. That's it. You just hit it dead on the head.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not really into Glorilla or Ice Spice or the City Girls. This new breed of female rapper is not appealing to me.
Nope.
Cardi B is a one-off, and I say that because she has a few songs that are okay with me, but she ain't one of my favorite female rappers. I still like the old school female rappers. I still like Salt Pepper and Queen Latifah and MC Light. It ain't one new chick today that I'm bumping. And there's no disrespect to them. It's just that they just found this finesse social media Lil Kim 3.0, 4.0. They took it to another level, and it's almost like they have no respect for the culture. They're just trying to really get out here, get a name for themselves, and get a bag, and pretty much be. I don't see Glorilla being around in the next 5-6 years. You see, all the female rappers, the last female rapper that has some longevity is Nicki Minaj. Now, why is that?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me take this back. I do like Megan. I like Megan. She has a few songs I do like.
She's got some good music.
She's about the only one that I would vouch for. But other than that, I never liked Nicki Minaj. She's a goddamn tether. I really don't like her. I never really gave too much of. I mean, again, if it ain't Gangsta Boo or the old school ones, I'm not really feeling these female rappers today.
Yeah. And see, I agree with you on that, Dollar, because when Salt and Pepper come on, I can recite their words, man, word for word. You know what I'm saying? Because they had some good songs, man. Yeah, they talked about guys, push it and all that, but then they had Black Magic. Do you believe in? Dun, dun. You know, they had some good music, man. Queen Latifah, and I can just name a whole lot of them. You know, but with the new style, like you said, the only one I probably could mess with is Megan Thee Stallion, because to me, she's really saying something in some of her songs.
Yeah. Anything you want to say on that, Kurt?
Well, not pretty much, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is with them. You know, they're in their own lane. They chasing their little bag. They, you know, I would like to see one of them do something outside the box.
Yeah.
You know,
I do want to add this, man, because Kurt, you just made me think about something. A lot of these women now they can't freestyle. You know, you try to have a cipher going on, and they was like, "Oh, well, let me write something. You know, let me write a verse or something down." Like, that's not a cipher. You know, I actually was gonna try to start a Nashville cipher. Nobody hit me back. I had more people out of town, like Memphis, New York, to hit me up and say, "Hey, are you doing the?" I was like, "Well, it was for Nashville." Because the one in Austin, Texas, I asked them about that. They wrote their lyrics. They didn't freestyle. They wrote it. The only ones I know who freestyled was the ones in Memphis. Everybody else wrote it. They wrote their own versions.
Yeah, man. This new breed of female MCs, man. Oh, well, I'm gonna say MC. They just more like rappers. I'm not feeling a lot of them. So they can just keep it moving as far as I'm concerned. All right, here's the last clip. Here's St. John talking about a song he wrote for Usher.
I wrote a record for Usher. The song came out. At the time, the song streamed 70 million.
That's a lot.
That's not $70 million. And here's the mathematics. 70 million streams. I own 25% of the songs. And it's $3,000 per million stream. It's 3,000 times 70. So $210,000, right? It's math. The numbers got to make sense. I'm waiting on a song for 2 years. Based on the royalty rate that Spotify pays the publishers. There's two types of money in records. There's publishing money, that's writing, and then there's performance money. It wasn't my voice. So I'm just on the publishing side. So that $210,000 that song made had to be bust down. My take on that 210 was $1,500. And if I'd have put that song out myself and only had 3 million streams, I'd have made 10,000. I said, I'm done. I washed my hands. I was like, this is dumb. You know how hard it is to get these songs on these people who put it out on their own time? The artists who have their own vision for it? For your livelihood to be dependent on somebody else that you don't control or influence, impact, or have a relationship with, and it's not even your worth, you're not even getting paid your weight in salt.
Yeah. So he writes a big song for Usher, and after 2 years, he only clears $1,500 in royalties from that song. When they see this is the new music industry now. The new music industry is screwed up. It's screwed up because the streaming services like Spotify, I don't know how they do this, but they pay you 0.5 cent. All right, and then he just said he's supposed to get $3,000 out of each million streams. So how did he end up with just $1,500 after 2 years? Wake up, Kurt.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Tired, bro.
So,
long day.
Man, somebody did something wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody did something wrong. That's why it's good to go independent, man, and just do your own stuff.
Well, I mean, it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. I mean, a lot of people don't have the actual resources to make their dream come true. That's why they deal with the record labels in the first place. You know,
right.
If they had their own resources and marketing, they would. Also, it's a certain level of you're only going to reach a certain plateau because you're not using the machine. That's another thing. So you have a couple of key factors that play into it. You know, the ongoing theme of tonight's episode is seemed to be to me, all the record labels want to keep the masters. Yeah, because they're the one that's putting the money up. They're the one that's, you know, saying, hey, cut this check, go over here and press up 50, 60, 70,000 copies of My Way by Usher. That's their money doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's not your money doing that. You know, you wouldn't have enough money to, you know, pay the whatever you got to pay, you know, to get your CDs out. Back then, or CDs, you know, physical copies.
Yeah.
So all of that has to happen. You know, photo shoots. You don't have money before that. You know, with technology, it kind of takes out the middleman. But back then, it was a lot of middlemen. And maybe your advance didn't stretch that far. You know what I mean? You know, you hear people complain all the time about I ain't got no $1 million budget video like you. Right. You might have had $1 million like me, but you ain't got the budget because you don't have the resources that I have to add to it. So it's about the resources.
Right. Right. Go ahead, Mark.
Man, I just believe it's best to just go independent, man. Just learn the business yourself and do everything yourself, man. If you can, you know, if you can't produce, get one of your close friends who can produce, or somebody you know who can produce, you know, and just buy the studio equipment yourself, because in the long run, I'm pretty sure even though Usher didn't write the song, when he performed it, he's getting paid pretty good. So he's eating, you know, he's eating.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah, old boy, man, he just I hate that he went through that, but that's wrong. That's dirty.
I mean, he getting interviewed, you know.
Yeah, but he's getting interviewed about how he's not making money. He ain't getting interviewed about the hits he's making and the money he is making. But
True.
But
I was saying that to say it ain't like he. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, Kurt. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying he's still iced out. He's still iced out. He's still fitting the thug image. He's still doing. So you ain't missing no meals, homeboy. You might not be getting paid what you want to be paid, but you ain't getting robbed and you ain't missing no meals. You're still in front of this camera and this interviewer like you got it all together. So
yeah,
that's all I was getting at.
Yeah, but again, so I'm gonna say this, that we're gonna wrap everything up. But my point has been in the last few years that with me looking over the landscape of the music industry and seeing where it was going and where it's going to end up at, I have been telling people in my circle for the longest to start going back to selling your music out the trunk, just with a newer twist, because you can't make the money as an independent artist trying to depend on a half a cent coming from Spotify. And you heard the brother say you got to really get those numbers up to really see some good money. So if you're just working hard and recording songs, and you put them on the platforms, the Spotify's and the Reverb Nations and the SoundClouds, you got to really have a hell of a marketing campaign to draw traffic to those sites so you can get the streams. Or you have to go back at the trunk, sell your stuff today with maybe a bundle set, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something tangible, and you'll be able to see all your money back. You'll be able to see your money back and some without going through those platforms, because the new music industry is ruined, though. I mean, us as independent artists, let me tell you, man, the last royalty I got was $100 fucking. All right,
man.
And these songs, listen to me. These songs have been getting like tens of thousands of spins on YouTube. They've been performed like crazy, but because the way the new industry is paying, we don't really see a lot of money. So we got to go back out the app, back to the streets now. We got to go get our money from the people directly. So, but that's a good. Yeah, that was pretty good show, man. So we're gonna wrap everything up. But y'all want to say anything before we run out?
No,
man, it was a great show, man. I always enjoy being here, man. Appreciate everybody watching, man, tuning in, and man, just stay tuned, man. We got more of that good stuff coming for you, man.
Man, yep, most definitely that. Oh, I would like to say we got a couple of projects we're talking about, so that I'm excited for those. But otherwise, man, just chilling, man. Just been a long day, man. Sorry for me, just passing out, but yeah, it's been a long day today. So, but
it's all good. Well, okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the show close, and y'all stay there. Don't go nowhere yet. Y'all just stay there. So we're gonna have like this little brief meeting with y'all. We'll be right back. And we're going to see everybody next week. So it's been the back and forth, and we'll see everybody next week. Until then, peace.
Peace.